website insurtechstory.com, and we are available on Spotify, Apple, Google, and Amazon Music. Today, we will discuss on the topic trust and technology in insurance claims. And for now, I'm delighted to welcome our guest, Divyajot Singh, who is the principal business strategist at Neutrinos. In his role, Divyajot is guiding the innovation team dedicated to enabling insurers to succeed in a swiftly changing market. In addition, he is also focused on delivering concrete outcomes with strategic counsel to assist numerous clients in reaching their growth goals. So, Divyajot, a warm welcome to the show.
Thanks, Surya. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
All good. Seems like a pretty sunny day in Singapore here.
Yeah, I think we had a pretty much challenging as well as some good growth stories when it comes to tech in insurance, and we hope the trend continues in a much better way in 2024.
Sure thing. Yeah, definitely. I see insurance going through a big change. 2023 has been a massive year for insurance. A lot of new use cases getting added in.
Yeah, yeah,
Tech being involved into the core part of insurance now. So yeah, exciting times ahead.
it's getting interesting day by day. Well, just to jump on to today's agenda, primary discuss on trust and technology in one of the most critical element of the insurance value chain, which is nothing but claims. How has technology transformed the landscape of insurance claims processing, and what role does trust play in this evolving ecosystem? What's your view on this?
Sure. It's an exciting topic because think it from a customer point of view. A customer is never excited when they buy the policy, but they are always keen of how an insurer will treat them when the claims comes in place, right? It's a moment of truth for an insurer of how they actually provide customer experience when a customer is going through a tough time. Uh, how can you show empathy? How can you be more effective in communications and things like that? And that in the traditional method of claims handling, we have always seen that insurance is the second oldest profession, and customers are the most troubled. Insurance are the most troubled customers throughout the history we have to see. Now, when the technology comes in, it has to solve both the parts. It has to solve efficiency, productivity for the operations, but it also have to continue creating the trust with the customer, ensure that the customer knows what is happening to their claims, and the customer should be transparent with them. There should be nothing hidden with them in terms of why is it not getting processed? Why is my payout so slow? What do I need to get the claims done? And I think technology has helped massively in transforming that particular landscape, where we can see that if we talk about first notice of loss in terms of motor insurance or travel insurance, those kind of products, the first notice of loss is much simpler. Like I can just take my WhatsApp, take a picture of it, and just send it to a customer center, and my claim starts automatically. All right. We have seen it in multiple customers that they are taking some decisive steps in order to bring in technology-led claims. No more a person sitting behind verifying the claims, where we can see the straight-through processing getting higher and higher. And again, like it has to go that way because of the number of products in the market right now, the complexities of the product. It's very difficult to increase your operations just to handle the high number of claims. And I think technology can play a big part in that. AI, with the new AI, generative AI, as well as predictive AI getting more sophisticated day by day, we are in a better position of handling at least the simple claims. You will still need adjudicators and will still need a bit of adjustments for the complex cases. But we have seen the technology playing a big part in simplifying a lot of claim process. So yeah, like I think in terms of trust, as a customer, if you own an insurance, and you are going through a tough time, let's say you have a life insurance and you want a cover, you want to claim for, or you have a health insurance, you want to claim for your, let's say your hospital bill or something.
Yeah,
It's a painful experience, like a customer has went through a very difficult phase of their life. Now they don't want to deal with the insurer just to get their money out. So how can you make it easy for them? How can you make it trustworthy that the customer comes back to them? So that is where we see technology helping and leading the way in the insurance space right now.
absolutely, absolutely. So, in a world increasingly reliant on digital platforms, especially in a field like claims handling, how can insurers really build and maintain trust with their policyholders? Do you think that is really happening with the invent of various emerging technologies?
Yeah, so it's an interesting question. I was there in one panel back in Chicago, and someone asked the same question to a workers' compensation insurer. So it goes like the workers' compensation comes in when the worker has gone into a like a on-site accident, and they might have lost a limb or they are in hospital and all, and they are looking for a claim at that point of time when they don't have the salary coming in, and the worker's life is already hard because they live from paycheck to paycheck. And the reason that they go for a workers' compensation insurance is so that they are ensured that when they lose the job or anything like this happens, they're covered, right?
Yeah,
So the trust plays such a big factor in here, right? Like if I've raised a claim and I know that it's a valid claim, and the insurer comes back to me saying that this is not insured, it's a like I will lose the trust with that particular insurer. I wouldn't want to go again with that insurer as well. And at the same time, like because all of this is happening digitally, if your digital landscape, digital platform is not matured enough, you don't have the reliable data, you don't have like a 360 view of your customer, it's very difficult for a person sitting behind a screen to take a decision, right? Like, let's just take another example where there's a health claim coming in. This happened in Vietnam in one of my customer, and the customer didn't know whether uh, the claim that she was about to raise, whether it's covered or not under the policy. As a digital platform, if you just give it to a chatbot, the chatbot wouldn't know. But that's the way we have to go forward. Like we have to make these digital platforms reliant enough, um, matured enough with all the new techs coming in place. We used a bit of generative AI over there, but we have to make it more mature. We have to make it more data enriched. Like they should know the context better, all right? So that they can handle at least the first interaction better.
yeah,
The first interaction makes a lot of difference in when you are talking about trust, because uh, if first of all, like if I have to raise a claim, I shouldn't take more than 2 to 3 steps, and that's where digital platform comes in handy. And in 2 to 3 steps, if I get to know that I can't raise a claim, I'll be shattered, right? And you have to maintain the trust when you are trying to shorten your claims process. You are trying to go in 2 and 3 steps, and you have to ensure that the trust remains with the policyholder. They know
yeah,
that what the system is talking about, right?
yeah,
So it goes hand in hand. Like you will have to continuously see about how can you make it more matured, these platforms more matured, more enriched with data, and more enriched with processes, very robust in terms of if even if I get like 100 insurance in like a second, I should be able to still raise a claim, right? And
yeah,
at the
yeah,
same time, there has to be a bit of human factor still involved, because all the claims are not it's not like one size fits all in claims. Each claim is different. Each claim has a background which is very different. The adjustment that happens on each of the claim varies from case to case. So there is still a kind of a human platform required, but how this digital platform enable that human interaction, that's the key, like how much can they push more data to a human so that he can take a quicker decision. Your turnaround time is much lesser than what generally used to be in the traditional world is a key. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think the key things that comes out is definitely a user friendly kind of a digital interface that will really personalize the service to the user. And what's much important when someone actually trying to figure out things in the digital way is the data security and privacy,
Correct.
right? And
Yeah.
in a step like claims, that's one of the critical areas which insurers must focus on.
Exactly. No, definitely. At the same time, from the insurer point of view, if you think from the insurance point of view, the more that they are enabling these techs, for example, you go from FNOL, and now
Yeah,
you want to raise an FNOL just by using your WhatsApp or any other channel, or you want to enable, let's say, your grip insurance by an email, like someone should just write an email and I should know that this is valid or this is invalid kind of stuff. The insurers are getting risk on their hands. Like this is becoming, if you see the risk ratios on each of the claim, the loss ratios that insurers are reporting now, they can't go higher. They can't go higher on the loss ratios. They have to control these kind of factors at the same time. Now, and that is the reason, like you have to box these platforms in a very I would say like a process-driven manner, where these platforms are enriched with the rules. There shouldn't be any loophole because insurers can't, take that risk. They can't afford that loopholes. For example, fraud is a big factor when it comes to claim, especially
yeah,
in the regions like Africa where fraud is very frequent. Also, in the places like India where there has been areas where people have been like using other people's policy, raising claims, trying to get out some small payouts and things like that. So again, like we have to think it holistically as an insurer. Uh, Insurer is bearing the risk of payouts, and if you try to make it more quicker, you have to ensure that these payouts are, valid. The risk is much lesser. They have a certain context on the payouts, things like that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, absolutely, absolutely. So, what are the key challenges and opportunities at the intersection of trust and technology in the claims process, and how are industry leaders addressing them?
All right. So one of the key challenge, like which we can see it clearly right now, and this goes from right now. I'll just talk about the life and annuity space. The life and annuity space, we can see the complexities of understanding these physical documents, uh, you know, uh, and getting those insights out of these physical documents. It's getting difficult. Um, People are trying to move digitally, but again, like this is a whole horizontal process. This just digital application is not the only part, right? Like there is hospital discharge bills, there are handwritten bills, things like that. So your entire case detail is logged in within a document. Now, how do you maximize that? Is one of the opportunity which a lot of insurers are trying to get. The second biggest challenge we see the insurers facing is the adjudications of complex cases because again, like it lies at certain level, and to take this adjudication knowledge out is a very difficult task, and no one wants to do it. As an insurer, how do I and how can I take this out? How can I make it more available to the other team members or to the technology side? Is getting a challenge day by day, and it's a big opportunity at the same time because we have seen this space getting more sophisticated, more simpler, streamlined at the same time. Like if I have got an FNOL request, I have got the required documents. Now, if I need to adjudicate, I need to adjust. I know the details. I can ask some investigator to go. I have like one simple platform which can ensure that all these processes get streamlined. And then at the same time, like the payouts, right? Like the payouts is a big part. Like I don't even after I've adjudicated, after I've adjusted, the payout shouldn't take more than a day or so, right? Like ideally. Now, the biggest challenge is how to bring in new tech, emerging tech into this. From the entire FNOL till the payout. the entire value chain, how can you ensure that generative AI is helping us in various ways, wherever providing a quick summary about the customer, which is a really interesting challenge that even we are investing into. How can we provide relevant details, predicted data against a case, which is again a big challenge. We are using computer vision in a lot of places to enrich the data out of the documents. So these are the areas which we have started seeing growing, and the insurers till now, pre-COVID, they were a bit hesitant about putting their foot down into these kind of challenges and opportunities, but we see that it is growing. 2023 was actually a good year for the insurtech space because we saw insurers actually, like investing into these kind of techs, and they want to take the benefits out and ensure that, like they're providing the utmost customer experience to their policyholders.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you think, as part of the challenges, there is a chance of automation bias that may happen in the claims decisions due to, perhaps the algorithms or any sort of a,
Mhm.
behind tech that's going on?
Yeah, yeah. It's a really good question. So, and again, like the markets act differently on this particular question. For example, like a property and commercial market, they're a bit hesitant in providing a lot of algorithms upfront because they consider that that will shoot their risk ratio and loss ratio up.
Right.
Um, Whereas, like, if you see the products like motor insurance or travel insurance, or you see some products like like medical insurance at some way. Um, those kind of areas, like these algorithms are actually leading the way. Now let's just spend a minute on the motor insurance. Motor insurance used to be a very elongated process. When I was back in India, if I got into an accident or I got some damage on my car, it used to take at least 7 to 10 days for an investigator to just come and visit my car, right? Now, just imagine like the way the tech has enabled this particular space where we are using AI in a lot of places. We are using a bit of deep learning at various areas, just to understand the moment you have got into an accident. We can shoot a tow truck to you. We can shoot an investigator for you. The investigator can at the same time send the report if required.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, forget all that. Just take a picture, send this to the insurer. Insurer can understand from the picture the damage that you have received, and you can start the claim process. Like it's that easy now in motor insurance. Similarly, in travel insurance, like if I've lost my bag, I can just take a picture of my boarding pass, send it to a customer care center, put in the context of this I lost my bag on this flight, and the system by itself can check whether it's a true claim or whether they have all the data or not. And that's all. Like my claim request starts. Like I'll receive a payout in 3 to 5 days. Like it has become that simple. So insurance has gone from months and months of payouts to like now days, and probably we will see going back into a few hours now as well.
Yeah, yeah, no, absolutely valid points. I mean, a great discussion. I think, as we explore how insurance or insurance companies navigate this transformation, so, the balancing efficiency gains with imperative to maintain trust among policyholders is such. It's something that, the industry must, uh, you know, look out for basically. And for
Definitely.
AI to data privacy concerns or something,
Yeah.
that's at the tip of the agenda.
Definitely. End of the day, we have to think about the policyholders.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
reason we are in the business is because these guys are buying premium, and these guys are paying premiums, buying products from us.
exactly.
And claims is always the moment of truth.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we have to keep it in our head whenever we are bringing in these emerging techs into the place, these digital platforms into the place, and keep them in the heart of everything so that we are trying to make their life simpler rather than making it more complex for them. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, thank you, Divyajot. A fantastic discussion, and thank you for sharing your thoughts today. A true delight to have you as our guest.
Thank you, Surya. It was a pleasure to talk to you.
And lastly, to wrap this up, you were listening to the Insurtech Story podcast, and thank you for listening. And see you at our next episode. Take care and stay safe. Goodbye for now.